Good morning, Festive. My name is Laura, and I'd like to welcome you to Stitching by the Shore and Flossmas Day 3. Yay! We've made it to Day 3. As you can see, it is much brighter of a morning this morning. Yay! The sun is out. Some far clouds there, but otherwise we have some blue sky. It is cold, but that is to be expected at this point in December. So we'll take the clear skies and not the dreary day. I just wanted to take a nap all day yesterday because it was so dreary and rainy and oh, yuck. Alrighty, so let's just get going. You don't want to hear about my weather. So we're going to talk about where I am from my day 2 stitching of the Festive Mandala from Thread the Needle Designs. And I'm going to show you my full finish of the day. And then today we're going to talk about something storage-wise. And we'll get to that when we get to it. So there we go. I'm not sure I'll have 24 days of things that I can talk about after I do my full finishes. I may even run out of those, to be honest with you. But we're just going to keep going the way we go. All right, so the Festive Mandala from Thread the Needle Designs is a mystery. So I don't know each day what I'm going to be getting until I open up that email that comes from Vonnie. So this is day 2 stitching. If you remember, the emails come in about 6:30 in the morning, my time. And I film, and then later on in the day, I will stitch. So later on, I'll stitch day 3. So here is day 1 and 2. I'm going to show you from a distance for a second, so I can just show you my fabric. It is 18 count Olympia from Mystic Fabrics. And then let's bring you up close so I can show you the colors. So this time we introduced a lovely deep, it's not even the darkest teal. It's one of those, it's like 3740, I don't know, like 3748, or you know those ones. You know how there's the range of those? I think we're going to touch all of those in that color range. So there it is. Now I have to say, I am definitely continually impressed by Vonnie. You can tell that she is a stitcher when she created this, because she is really thoughtful in how she's trying to show us from day to day. There we go. Oh yeah, now you can see it pretty good. And I do use the pattern keeper part of it. You don't have to, of course, but what she's doing is she's changing the symbols of what we've already stitched color-wise to a specific symbol. So if you're in pattern keeper, you just have to click, long hold, and you right away, just all those are marked stitched. So you can see what needs to be stitched. And then the black border, you just kind of go from there. You could easily do it if you don't have Pattern Keeper or anything digital. You could do it easily because she is changing the symbols. Then print off that day's copy of the where you're stitching, and then highlight what you've stitched. Now, maybe later on as it gets bigger, I mean, this is going to be a mandala, so we're growing it out, right? Maybe you only do the outer edges as you get farther along, or however you want to do it. But you could just highlight what you've already stitched. It's one symbol, so you know what to highlight or mark off or whatever you do. And then you can just stitch from there. So she really has done a thoughtful way of showing this to us. And the cover page is grayed out of what we've already stitched, so we know where we're going next. Which, especially because this is a full coverage, right? It's a mandala. So you do want somebody who's really thinking about these details so it doesn't get super confusing. So that is 2 days worth of stitching so far, and super manageable for the amount of stitching. I was able to work on other things yesterday. Alrighty, so what is my full finish of the day? Today I'm going to show you a leaner, as I affectionately like to call them. You could easily make this, for example, a flat fold if you prefer, so it could stand up without leaning against something. I could easily see that as well. So I stitched this, years ago. I came back to cross stitch in 2019. So it was probably like a 2020 stitch or something close to it. This is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I don't know if that's the exact name, from Lizzie Kate. And I had this sitting in my drawer for ages. And I think originally I was going to do an ornament with it, but it's pretty tall. It's pretty big. It's done on 18 count. Probably, actually, I think I did a series of coffee tea dye dunks back in 2020 probably. And I'm still using that because I think I did a yard of it in the pot. And I think, so this is Coffee Tea Dyed by me ages ago. And then I did use Whisper. I don't think I used it properly. I don't think back then I knew about do the first leg in regular floss and then the top leg only in the Whisper. So he's a little matted. He looks like he's had a rough night. Maybe it's after he's mostly through delivering presents. And so, things are rough at that point. And then I don't remember what kind of stitch it was supposed to be. It might have been a specialty stitch. I just made something up with my stitches, and I doubt that's even a real stitch, but I kind of did something, and it's a little bit up from there. And I would have used all of the called for. I wasn't really changing things back then. So then I decided to do something. I have had this fabric for a long time, and I didn't really know what to do with it because, it's got a design on it. I don't sew pillows. It'd be great as a pillow back, actually. I don't sew project back. I don't sew. So, oops, an extra sew there. So it kind of sat there for ages. And then I thought, I wanted to make a bigger mat. A lot of times I mat really tight, right? 1/4 of an inch. So anything that's got a design, you're not going to see. But I thought, okay, this one I wanted to make bigger because I want to make it a leaner. And let's really embrace this fabric. It's snowflakes, even if it's a red background. So it's perfect for Santa, and it matches the colors. And so I did add, I don't remember in the end, I kind of was cutting, I was going back and forth deciding on the size. So I just kind of made it a much bigger size. So that way it can just lean up against a wall. You could actually, you'd have to have a good section of tree, but you could make it and nestle it into a tree as a leaner as well if you wanted to. But I have my shelves, and my other shelves that are on the other side of the wall have no holiday stuff on them yet. So I think this would be kind of cute to put on there, and maybe get, like, in the fall I had like a little pumpkin, decorative pumpkin, right? And so I put that up there with my stuff. So maybe something decorative Christmassy could go up there as well. So that is my leaner. And so that's my full finish of the day. And the last thing I'm going to talk about today, and I don't know, I was thinking about yesterday's owl ornament had felt, and here we go, this guy has felt. And I thought about, okay, I've bought a lot of felt because I do use it as backings. Like, for example, I just use usually plain colors. On this one I used a red because I had a lot of the red. It's like, I might as well just use the red. So I do use it there. But if you look, a lot of times with my ornaments, now this one's felt as well. This one is die cut, right? So I do have a die cutter machine, and I have die cuts to get that scalloped edge. But this one, for example, I just decided I wanted a straight edge around the mat, and I used the felt because you get some really fun colors with felt. You get that kind of that texture. And so it's a little bit different than fabric and things like that. However, that meant I accrued an awful lot of felt. And I, for ages and ages, wasn't sure what I was going to do, how to store it. It was kind of just thrown in either boxes or drawers, and then I'd have to go through every single time looking for the colors, and it took a lot of extra time. Now, this is not my idea. I saw this on the internet, but maybe you haven't seen it before, and maybe it'll be something new to you. Maybe you already do this, and you're like, Laura, that's old news. So I take... You know how I love my IKEA cubes. I have another cube that was from Michael's ages ago, a set of cubes that are smaller, that are 11 by 11, but I like the IKEA cubes. And then I can get, the different fabric boxes. So I did recently get another couple IKEA cubes. Mo put them together for me. I'm in forever a process of organizing my craft room. And if I get to where I'm happy, I will do a craft room tour. So we have this. And then what I do, because the felt comes in, you can see there's different sizes. There's one really tall one I have here. Most of them are 8.5 by 11, and then I have really short ones too. So the felt comes either in rolls already, like these came in rolls. This came in 8.5 by 11 sheets. So I just roll them, and no, I didn't, as you can see, I kind of just plop them in. I don't have them by any color order, which that'd be fun, right? If we could do like a Roy G. Biv kind of color order. it'd be a lot easier to see, although because of the smaller ones, that would mess that up. But so I just roll them, and I just, and what's nice is, there's a lot of give with the felt. So I still have room that I could put other pieces of felt in there, and I'd have plenty of space. So this is quite a few sheets of felt, and I'm able to, at a glance, see the different colors and pick out maybe one or two that might work for me. And then all I do is re-roll it, re-put it in, and then it goes right into, goes in here, goes into the cube, and you don't see a mess, and that's it. So that's my little organizational tip for today. Do you have an organizational tip that has really saved you a lot of space, or has made it a lot easier to use something that we have a lot of? Because, it feels like whether it's flosses or patterns or fabric or finish, there's so many things that we get a lot of, right? And able to do this hobby in some ways, like floss, right? So then storage becomes an issue, and you have to be creative. So is there a tip that you can give all of us about storage that you'd like to share today? And that's all I've got. So until tomorrow, happy stitching.